So tonight we're going to be looking at a tool that I stumbled upon by accident a couple of weeks back and gave a seminar on it last week at another community. And it's called Nano Pro Builder, and we'll get to it shortly. Oh, actually, Polito says, working on a short historic documentary, working with OpenArt. Yes. Yeah, I have a subscription to OpenArt and CapCut and Magic Light. I'm just about to cancel my subscription with Magic Light. They're really good, but I actually don't use them as much as I use CapCut and WaveSpeed, as you'll see tonight. Experimenting with still-to-video images and prompts to recreate historic scenes. Cool. Well, the tool I'm going to show tonight is, I think you'll find very useful for creating the initial scene that you then want to animate. Since pretty much all of you know me, I'm going to skip all the who am I and what did I learn about AI and when 30 years ago and all that kind of stuff. So we'll go straight into the actual seminar. If you've been to some of the recent seminars, you will remember I got very excited about Higgsfield Cinema Studio, and it is really good. However, I found something that kind of goes beyond that. What's special about Cinema Studio compared to any of the other AI image and video generators is that you've got choices of $500,000 cameras, half a dozen of them, and about 11 different lenses, and some of those are $600,000, believe it or not. And so you can basically choose your setup. You can be like a director or a cinematographer and have access to incredibly expensive equipment to create your initial scene. And none of the other tools, other than the one I'm going to show you tonight, can do anything like that. So it opens up a whole new world. So yeah, you can choose from a number of incredibly expensive cameras to get the kind of shot that you want. Then it uses Nano Banana Pro to create the exact image that you want for your scene. And it chooses the best video generator to generate the action and the audio for that scene. So you end up with a professionally shot cinematic scene. Then you create another one, and you join them together and make your movie that way. So before this, you'd either have to own or rent very expensive equipment, cameras, lighting, sound equipment, create the sets and tell the actors what you want them to do or say. Adam says, here's the big question. Will Hollywood switch from the multitude of FX houses currently used to AI systems? Many of them already have, and more are continuing to do. Runway ML is very popular in Hollywood, and Higgsfield is getting there too because of this. Now, here's the drawback with Higgsfield. You only get 6 cameras, and you can't see what the effect of each camera or lens is until after you render the image. It doesn't tell you this is what using this lens will do or how it'll make your scene look. So unless you're very familiar with expensive cameras and lenses, what tends to happen is you try and create the scene that you're trying to create, and it's not quite right, so you try it again, and you try it again, and you can end up having a lot of tries before you finally get exactly what you're looking for, and it can get pretty expensive. The most popular or the most useful membership tiers in Higgsfield are between $49 and $150 per month. And the reason why this says unlimited ? Is because it keeps mentioning unlimited access. But a video came out that basically said, no, lots of people are getting really upset because they find that it's not unlimited at all, and they're getting banned for complaining about it. So I'm not sure what the current status is. I just know that there's a video on YouTube saying Higgsfield exposed or Higgsfield Unlimited exposed. Now, what if instead of 6 cameras that don't tell you what you will get with each of those cameras, what if you could get 43 cameras and see what the effects of each camera or lens is immediately? Would that be better? Apart from the overwhelm of 43 cameras, right? And you could also choose the mood, the lighting, the film stock, the shot angle, the movie or photographic look, put different consistent characters and elements into the shot, create the same scene from multiple angles. So that would give a lot more power and a lot more ability when you're creating your image to get exactly what you want, and all for a fraction of the cost of Higgsfield. And by a fraction of the cost, boy, I really mean it, as you'll see in a minute. So here's an example of you get an image and then you say, okay, create multiple angles from the same shot. And then you tell it to do it again. And then again, Adam says you do need to know the specifics of photography, cinematography in order to do all that. That's correct. And luckily there are YouTube videos covering all that. In fact, there's a couple that are really good, covering all the basics that you would need to know as a director and cinematographer of what different cameras and angles do and focal lengths and all that stuff. So it's all learnable. And it has presets, a lot of different presets for different kinds of filming, like user-generated content and social media marketing presets, and you can create your own presets. It has multi-character support. You can say, okay, there's this girl and this girl, put them all together and have them all smiling. And that even though, say, this one is looking in this direction, this one's looking in this direction, the AI doesn't mind. It'll put them in whatever position you said. It'll still be the same person. So you can get consistency from shot to shot. Okay, and you remember I mentioned before, when you can select the camera, it shows you what the scene would look like with different cameras. So you can get a feel for the different looks that you'll get from the different cameras instead of thing. And another thing you can do is you can say, okay, here's my character, here's the outfit, here's some object or prop, and here's the scene. And the AI will put them all together to create your scene. And you can, of course, edit it and modify it. So this tool adds a lot of power. And this is the tool. This is called Nano Banana Pro Builder. And you'll see it has here a lot of different settings that you can do. And when we go there in a minute and actually go to the real thing, you'll see that it scrolls down and gives you a lot more. The first time I tried it, I literally gave it the dumbest of all prompts, because normally when you're prompting for an image, you go very detailed. Yeah, normally you get very specific in the prompt to get exactly what you want. But I just decided to, what the hell, let's just see what this thing can do with the dumbest of all prompts, a cat with a hat, which was telling it nothing. And then you see the cool thing about it is the prompt will start out as a cat with a hat. But as you add things like the shot and the type of angle you want, which I'll show you in a minute, the environment you want, the lighting and the mood and the kind of lighting, the camera you want, the focal length, the lens type, the film stock, all sorts of other stuff, you'll see that the prompt starts to get bigger and bigger and more specific. So the very, very first one I did, so I did a cat with a hat and just gave it some things here to try it out. And it came out with this, which actually is actually a very cinematic shot, despite the inanity of the prompt. It actually did a nice job. It's got nice and sharp here, a nice soft focus effect around here. And then, of course, where it gets really fun is when you take the shot that you've set up and tell it to animate it. Higgsfield, as I mentioned, is $49 to $150 per month with, as you saw, far less control. How much do you think Nano Banana Pro Builder is? Yeah. Okay, you guys are talking about per month, right?
Yeah.
15 to 20 a month. Orange Mouser says $9 a month. Trisha, $50 a month. $10 a month. Yeah, those are all very reasonable guesses. However, what it really is, $14.99 one time, not per month. Now, I think that's amazing. And
Yes.
yeah. And the guy who built it, I've gotten to know him, and he's been told so many times that it's way too cheap and he needs to raise the price. And he will do eventually. But right now it's $14.99, so I grabbed it. Exactly. I'm going to give you the link in a minute where you can find out more about it and can grab it. It's a very reasonable price, as you'll see. Oh, there's the link. It's gumroad.com, and I'm going to stick it in the chat to make it easier for you. So give me a second to do that. Okay, here it comes. Yeah, so the link is now in the chat if you want to go and check it out and buy it while it's still at a stupid price. And in a minute, we're actually just going to go and start using it. Yeah, I agree. Mary says, wow and wow on that. Absolutely. Oh, I'll explain in a minute what the credits are and how that works, because it's hooked into Nano Banana Pro. And Nano Banana Pro at some point will start charging credits, but you get $300 worth of free credits. Well, I'll explain this in a minute. Let's check it out. So here it is. Here's my desktop version. I actually turn it over to you guys because we're going to build a scene and then we're going to animate it. And I'm going to show you all the different things that you can do. You see there's all sorts of stuff down here as well. I'll go through each section first before we do that so you know what to choose. We've got the subject and the action. They give an example of a woman in a trench coat checking her phone. And then here, the shot or angle, bird's eye view, cutaway shot, close-up, entire body, extreme close-up, high angle shot, two shot. You've got all these different things where you can determine exactly what kind of shot you want it to be. And then when you go here, you can say, what kind of environment? And here he says at a rainy London bus stop at night. And then lighting. You've got all these different kinds of lighting. Direct flash, hard lighting, out natural daylight, moonlight. Anne Burnett says, is there a Mac OS version? Yes, there is. He says it does work, but it's not quite as stable as the PC, the Windows version. But he says that it does work. And that was about a week or two ago, so he might have got it more stable now. So you can choose what kind of lighting you want. And then you can say moody, cinematic, lonely, melancholic. Then the camera gear, you've got just 43 different cameras. Contax, Hasselblad, Kodak, Lowney, Olympus, Nikon, Yashica, Rollei, webcams, door cams. He keeps adding stuff as well.
Do they make a lot of difference, those cameras?
Yeah, very much. Look at the differences. They all have, like, every camera has these different kinds of... Adam says, what if I wanted an unusual angle for the camera to move? That's covered in the next section we're going to go into, the video section, where you've got complete control over the camera motion. This is for the visual, for the scene. You've got focal length, so fisheye, ultra wide, macro, etc., the basics. And lens type, fisheye, macro. And then film stock, because all different film stocks have a different look to them. So if you're after a particular look and you know what the film stock was, you can grab it here. Aspect ratio, 16:9 is the one that most of these tools have, but this one and Higgsfield have 21:9, which is the real cinematic look. And you can even go to the photographer style, and it has a lot of styles of different photographers. So if you've got something in mind, you can choose which photographer style, photographic style you'd like to use for your scene. And even movie looks, like 2001: A Space Odyssey, Arrival, Apocalypse, Back to the Future, Avatar, Blade Runner 2049. So somewhere amongst all these, you can really, if you can't find what you're looking to create, then you should be an accountant or a tax person, because it gives you everything you could possibly need to create. And it's even got filters, black and white, bokeh, soft focus, just all sorts of different kinds. And yes, Orange Mountains, you're right. Nothing wrong with being an accountant, and I wasn't suggesting that there was. Some of my best friends are accountants. Yeah, so you've got lots of different styles that you can choose from and filters that you can use. And then you've got a section called character, where in the character section, you can add a person's face, an outfit, some kind of prop or object that you want, and the scene that you want. And you can tell the AI to put them all together in a specific way to create your scene. And then when you're done with that, you can add another one. You can have 4 different characters in your scene, up to 4, which is a little bit too many usually. But anyway, you've got that option. Now you've also got, up here, you've got presets. Spaghetti Western, Technicolor movie, romantic comedy. And the thing is, once you find a thing that you really like, you can save it as your own preset. Orange Mouso says that this is something like I've wanted for Ideogram, a prompt builder, exactly, that puts together a prompt that's fed to Ideogram that decreases number of retries of prompts trying to produce what I want. Yeah, and you can produce the image right here in Nano Banana Pro Builder, or you can just copy the prompt and stick it into whatever tool you want. It's optimized for Nano Banana, but you can use it. You can choose for your image to be 1K, 2K, or 4K. And the stuff that you've already created goes in your gallery. Now, this thing is the part that I mentioned that is a little tricky to explain, but what it means by system ready is like, as I mentioned, you can take this prompt, go over to Gemini, and call up Nano Banana Pro in the image section of Gemini, put in the prompt, and you'll get the same image that you would get here. But if you want to do it all within this program, you can call up Gemini's or Nano Pro's API. An API means Application Programming Interface, which means it's just basically like an extension cord where you can connect one app to another. So you could connect this app directly to Nano Banana Pro and have Nano Banana Pro come up in here, which is what I've done, which is why when I go to System Ready, there's the API key that I got from. The way I got the API keys, you just go to Google AI Studio. On the left-hand column, it says API keys, and you just create your API key. So the image will then show up here. So we're going to do that. What kind of image are we going to create for our scene, for our movie?
More chihuahuas. Face.
All right, I tell you what, put your ideas for what we're going to create in the chat. That way I can copy and paste the one that wins. Robert is doing a film with elephants. Okay. And what kind of environment are these elephants in, and what are they doing? Asian elephants, and they are painting and drawing. Okay. Superhero movie of chihuahuas in a newsroom, then going into outer space to save the planet. Love, Death, and Robots has enough cats. Okay, haha. Asian elements, and they're painting and drawing with their trunks, relating to a little Thai girl. I'm not sure what that means. With trunks, yes. Okay, since an elephant is a rather large creature, how many elephants are you hoping to have in this single image? Just one main one. Okay. So I'm going to say, and what kind of environment is this elephant in? Elephant sanctuary in Thailand. Okay, Asian elephant in an elephant sanctuary in Thailand. Elephant sanctuary in Thailand. Okay, painting and drawing an elephant sanctuary. There is a Buddhist temple in the background. You say abandoned. Buddhist temple abandoned. Buddhist temple in the background. And what was that about a little Thai girl? Oh, they're painting a little Thai girl? Is that what you mean? Or they're showing the painting to a Thai girl? What exactly? They say drawing and painting on a canvas. Ah, okay. Thailand. The elephant is drawing the face of an ivory smuggler. Well, this is going to be interesting. Showing the face of an ivory smuggler. Okay, now what kind of shot? Robert, since you're directing this one, what kind of shot?
Should be jungle.
No, we're looking at what kind of angle.
Oh,
Angle, well, it'll start with a,
Well,
Is it two-
it's going to be a single scene at this point.
okay, single scene, and
So it should be wide,
I think,
right? To fit an elephant and the canvas and all that.
yeah, it's a little girl. There's a Thai mahout, which is what they call a trainer for the elephants. So it basically, she goes up and meets the elephant. She's there just because she loves elephants, and then the elephant starts to paint a picture of this guy.
Well,
because elephants
yeah.
remember faces.
Remember, we're just doing one scene at this point. Well, what you're describing is like half a dozen scenes. Well, we want the establishing scene.
Right.
So there's also the mahout in this image.
Sure, if you can, yeah. Just the one scene is just the three of them at a canvas, and the elephant paints both his name and then a face of the boyfriend.
Okay.
That's the whole scene.
Okay, yeah, that's getting way too detailed. That's no, it's no problem. It's just you keep adding things and adding things. We're just trying to do a quick demo here of
Sure.
but what you're describing could be done, but it's going to take some time to all those.
To simplify that, just an elephant painting a face or not. Or
Exactly. So I'm going to go with an establishing shot because it's the first scene. And the environment we've already described. It's okay, so we don't have to do that. Lighting, I guess this is going to be outdoors.
yes, outdoors.
Natural daylight.
Yes.
Anything about the atmosphere or the mood?
No, just a sunny day, nice day.
Okay. And any particular camera?
That's funny. I've used the Sony FX3. What would you recommend? I want it to be as cinematic as possible.
Okay. Oh, that's funny. This is the exact camera I'm using here in my studio just for the webcam. Let's see.
Are there ones that are better suited for exterior versus interior, or are they? Well,
I'm not an expert. Somebody else in the audience, maybe.
let's see. I know the Sony FX, the FX6 mod. I just worked on one of those as an actor. That's a nice camera.
All right. And let's see what lens type. I don't think we need any kind of special lens at this point.
No.
So we'll skip that. Focal lens.
Well, it's so cool that you can do so many options. My gosh.
I know. I'm going to go ultra wide. Definitely.
There was one that said portrait. I wonder if that would be.
Film stock. Any good choice of film stock? You don't have to. These are just extra things.
I wish I was more knowledgeable to weigh in on it. But I think for skin tones, I would say Kodachrome is always exciting.
Yeah, let's try outdoor Kodak.
Kodachrome's fun because mine is bigger than life thing, so it's got a little bit of a magical feel to it.
Okay. Any particular photographic style you like for this? We've probably already given it enough.
Sure. No, I'm fine with whatever you do.
Yeah, and we could choose a movie style if we wanted. Yes, let's have these elephants in the style of Beetlejuice. And I don't think we need any particular effect. But all this stuff is available if we do.
I just love it. I just love that.
Yes, and now you see what we've got is a photorealistic image of an establishing shot of Asian elephant painting and drawing on a canvas in an elephant sanctuary in Thailand. There is an abandoned Buddhist temple in the background. The elephant is drawing the face of an ivory smuggler. The scene is illuminated by natural daylight, captured with a Sony FX6 14mm ultra-wide lens, Kodak Gold 200 film, no blurred faces. The image should be in 21:9 format. Now, Adam, who seems to know more about this stuff, says that ultra-wide would be too wide. So what do you recommend, Adam?
I have to see the selections there again. You want like a three-way medium close-up, but not too distant, not too close, not an actual close-up.
Yeah, we could lose the Buddhist temple in the background, so the focus is just on the girl and the elephant and the canvas. If that's or
Okay. So
Yeah, normally with an establishing shot, that gives you everything that's around, and then you move the camera in to focus on either
right.
focus on various things as you're moving into your actual subjects, depending on how you're directing it.
Right.
Okay.
Which of these two would you choose for this? 14mm ultra wide or 24mm?
I would go with the 20, just my perspective, I would go for a 24.
That's what I was thinking too. 24 is what I would prefer.
Okay. So we've got.
But I think, like I say, I think the establishing shot that you've got selected, I still think that's going to give you too distant a perspective on things.
Oh, okay. Let me take a look and see. Okay. So what would you prefer?
Zooming in to look here.
Do like a
Group shot.
group. Oh, but I was thinking too. That's what I was thinking too. Group shot.
Where's that?
Group shot. Just above low angle.
Oh, yeah.
Up right there. Group shot. Perfect.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's try that. So.
My background is my original background is in filmmaking and special effects. So I have a bit of knowledge, and I also listen to a whole heck of a lot of directors' commentaries.
Okay. I'm going to do it in 2K, and let's see what we get. So while we're waiting, I saw that Ruth just arrived, and Ruth, I just want to let you know that this tool, which costs only $14.99 at one time, no monthly payments, lets you set up just about everything you could possibly need, from 43 cameras and numerous lenses and focus and angles and shots. So here's what we got.
That's amazing. Elephant. Why paint that to the face, but that is unbelievable.
Interesting that it interpreted an elephant to be, what do we got? We got 6 elephants and 2 paintings, and all of them are paintings.
Yeah, in this instance, we'd say to Nano Banana, no, naughty Nano Banana, we wanted 1 elephant, not 6. And then it would.
Well, the truth of the matter is, using this just for anybody's interest, in Thailand, this is actually how it's done. You have different elephants painting. I chose the elephant that I wanted to buy his painting from. And the one on the left that's doing the flowery one, that's very realistic. That's a level of skill that these elephants have. It's unreal.
Right. And here's your smuggler over here.
Yeah, that's one talented sketch artist. Elephant there.
Yeah. And just to let you know, Ruth, on the camera bodies, where Higgsfield has 6, this tool has 43, and it shows you exactly what each of them does. The same thing with the focal lens and the lenses, and it has a ton of lens types. Actually, no, it's only got the same kind as.
So sorry to relate with victims of LA traffic, and I blew out my knee, so I was freaking down today.
Oh no! Ouch!
Today, but that's what got made happy hour, so we're all good.
Yeah.
In her infinite wisdom. So yeah, so you can obviously there's lighting, there's directors, there's color grading, there's lenses, there's all that stuff. There's aspect ratio, right?
Yep, and photographer styles of particular photographers, dozens of them.
I would say
Movie looks.
it would be nice. It would be nicer if now they've got specific photographers. I'm presuming those are still photographers and not cinematographers or DOPs.
Right, and these are this is for the cinematography page is movie looks.
Yeah, so for those who don't know the difference, there is an actual difference between a director of photography and a cinematographer.
Oh.
Cinematographer also deals with all the lighting as well, whereas the director of photography doesn't quite deal with lighting and such. They're not as involved as a cinematographer is.
Right.
It's like a cameraman and a gaffer had a baby, right?
Yeah. So we can decide to be 1K, 2K, or 4K. We can generate the image here by using the API up here, or we can just copy this into Nano Banana. And we've got the presets. We could make this into a spaghetti western if we wanted, or whatever.
I love that.
Yeah, and save our own presets to save time. And also we could say generate 4 random angles, and we could keep doing that.
Question, Tony, so we love NightCafe for Martin's Geist project. It's got the look and feel we want for the project. So once your system has generated the prompt, can we go away to NightCafe, create the 4 images and bring them in here?
Yes. In fact, at the bottom here, you can bring in a face, an outfit, a scene, a prop for character 1. If you've got more than one character, you can add them here. Let's see what it's done here. Okay, let's get rid of this prompt. So it's done a slightly different one here. It's done a close-up one here. And then another close-up one here. And it's giving the prompt that it's done for each one. And you can just use that.
Obey that, Tony.
Well, that's where we're going next.
Okay, sorry.
No problem.
But my last question, if we have the images already, can we upload them into the system, or do we need to generate them in here?
No, this is where you would upload them, in the elements section.
Okay, and what would you call it?
If it was a full thing, you just call it scene.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the one thing I forgot to mention, which is of utmost importance, and we're just doing an experiment. You can't show chains of the elephants. They had chains on their sheet.
Do they have
It's like major, I think.
I don't see any chains. Yeah.
I thought the one on the left, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's
Yeah. I don't see any chains.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Okay. So which of these scenes would you like to animate?
I guess the one on the closer shot, the one of the angle 2 or 3, that I could kind of just see what that would look like with the elephant.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's download the high-res version of it.
And only the original shot really has the girl in it. That one's only got her hand there.
Right. Well, the way it works is the mahout, the girl, gives the brush to the elephant, but theoretically, I just to see what it would look like with the elephant actually physically drawing. It would just
Right. Unless, as I was saying, you're going to move the camera around to see different aspects or focus on different aspects of it.
Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the presentation part because we're going to go to the next step. Oh, and in case you want to check it out and see all the information about it, Ruth, I put in the chat this. Oh, you weren't here, so I should put it again. Let me see if it's still in my... Yeah, you can go and check it out, and if you like it, you can buy it for less than $15, which is crazy. But so I put that in the chat.
If I buy it on my phone, is it transferable to other computers that I use? It'll go with my email.
I've never tried this on using this on a phone. I think it would be pretty prohibitive to try and use this on a phone with all these settings. You need a bigger screen. You need at least a tablet to be able to. Oh yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, it's a one-time price. It's not monthly, which I really like. And he, like I say, he keeps being told by people, "Oh, you've got to change it. You've got to get it up in price because it's too cheap." And I think his starting price, Lita says that's for the PC version. There is a way to get a Mac. Let's go there and see if we can find it.
Oh, yeah.
I just downloaded it on my Mac.
Okay, good. Can you explain to Polita?
Well, when you buy it, that goes in there, and down at the bottom it has Mac downloads to work specifically with a Mac.
Oh, great.
And but you have to go in there, and it won't open it unless you say
Mac,
you have to allow it to open it, because it can't scan. It doesn't know what it is, so it doesn't want to open it because it may have malware. So you can go into the settings, the hard drive settings, and find it, and you can click on it. But what I ended up having to do is go into my control panel, and under privacy and security, I don't know what version of Mac you're running, but under privacy and security is where I had to go in there to allow it to open that's where I found the option to open anyway.
Yeah, and it says the Mac version is in beta right now. But I'm going to go back to the top of the page and show you something.
Tahoe. I wonder if that'll be.
Yeah. This came out a couple of weeks ago at this price, and he's already sold like 1,700 of them. But for me, it's worth so much more. I'd happily pay $29.99. But he's...
Yeah, I'm in Tahoe too, by the way.
Okay, cool. And see the reviews, 84% love it. And it just does so many things. And this kind of explains more. And then there's lots of testimonials. And style transfer is another thing it does. If you put in an image that has a particular style, you can transfer that style into the image that you're doing. Multi-angles. Anyway, so that's where that is. But now we're actually going to go. And like I say, you can copy and paste the prompt into Nano Banana over at Gemini. Or if you want it to do like we just did, actually in the app itself, we just connect the API up here and then it'll show up here. And if you do that using the API, and if it's your first time using Google AI Studio, they'll give you $300 of free credits.
Wow.
Okay, so for video tools, I like WaveSpeed a lot for a number of reasons. It's got all the best video generators and image generators. It's typically less expensive than the others, and it also renders faster. So we're going to use that tonight. And in Nano Banana Pro, the prompt builder, James, the guy who's built it, is planning to add video generation within the tool itself. Ruth says, do you like WaveSpeed better than Higgsfield? That's a tough question. They're both so good. And Higgsfield definitely has a few more things in the area of special effects, although WaveSpeed now has special effects. They're always bouncing back and forth between each other. But I find WaveSpeed very nice. So let's just go to WaveSpeed. And recently I've become very fond of Kling 2.6 as an inexpensive video generator. And Kling 3.0 is about to come out, and boy, does that look incredible. But, so what we're going to do is we're going to completely remove this prompt, because that's the prompt for the image that we see here. And we're going to upload our image. And the other thing I like about WaveSpeed is it's $10 a month. So it's hard to beat. So let's see, elephant tie. Now, of course, we could make this a starting image, and then we could create another image back in. It varies, Ruth. Some of them give you 12 seconds, some of them give you 5, some of them give you 8. But the thing I like is that you can say, okay, so this one, if I have sound with it, and I run it for 8 seconds, which is VO 3.1, that will cost $3.20 because VO is the most expensive one out there. But if I use Kling, and I go for 10 seconds with music and sound, it's $1.40. Or if I don't have sound, it's $70. Or if and the thing is, that comes out of my $10. So I've got $9 left currently on my $10 account, because it'll tell you this will cost, let's say we chose 5 seconds, no sound. That's going to be only 35 cents. And it says for $10, you can run this model approximately 28 times. Then you can add sound after, you can video upscale it. But I'm going to have sound, and I'm going to give it 10 seconds. This thing here just determines how tightly it follows your prompt, or how much leeway you give it to create stuff on its own. So this is going to cost about $1. Now, the prompt. So I'm going to pull back that image again so we can look at it and then decide what's going to happen in that image. This is our image. So what do you want to have happen in this scene?
Just to see the elephant painting the face. I don't know. Yeah, whatever phase of painting or sketching, I should say.
All right. So let's say
maybe just starting or whatever. We've already got the face on there.
Yeah. So you can say the elephant is painting the face of the smuggler on the canvas. I'm going to let it decide where it's going to start that. The elephant. Oh, 2 elephants. The elephant. I must have said it twice. The elephant. Oh, it's 3 times.
He said goodbye to the circus.
Yeah. And I'm going to say Thai music in the background. That should stump it.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, but that should stump it into the prompt.
The current type of music that all young Thais are listening to is called Thai trap, TRAP.
Yeah, I think there should be more atmospheric Thai than Thai track
Okay.
there.
So you might want to say traditional Thai, because if you say Thai music, it'll probably give you drum and bass. Thai trap.
Good idea. Traditional Thai music. And to
Oh, so I represent a Thai restaurant, so this is my social media drama every day.
Oh, God. I so love Thai food. I've eaten Thai all over the world, and I have my favorites in different cities. There are a couple with one in Nashville that's incredible.
She's in Houston. She won James Beard Best Chef whole state of Texas.
Wow. Cool. Okay, to answer your question, you see where it says add sound? That's where you would upload your jingle, Ruth.
Okay, great.
All right, well, let's see what happens. I'm not making any guarantees because who knows what we get. Often we get really lucky first time. Sometimes we have to say, no, that's not what I meant. Do it again. But at $10 a month and $15 for the image part of it, it's a pretty inexpensive way to put movies together with a lot of control. Oh, I just got a notice here that 4 of you went and bought Prompt Geek, the prompt enhancer. Good for you.
Yeah, I was trying to do it too, but I might need help from the Mac people.
Ah.
Couldn't figure out how to do it. I was trying to do it on my phone since I was on my computer.
The guy who did this, his name on YouTube is Prompt Geek, PROMPTGEEK, and he has a couple of really fabulous videos demonstrating the tool and everything it does and how to use it and how to install it.
Okay.
So you'll find those very useful because he's really good at it. He's an English fella, of course. Okay, 92%. All right, let's see what we got.
Look at that. Oh, I love them. Coming in with a candle move, yeah.
Now, we could be more specific and we could say start from nothing, and because I've actually done that very successfully with this tool. I don't know if you could hear the music. It wasn't very loud. Could you hear it?
Yeah, it was nice, very subtle.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would love to see that, because this makes it look like he's just shading it, but the guy has a really square jaw, and that's how she knows that he's drawing her mom's boyfriend, who's a bad guy. But I don't know. Yeah, I guess you'd have to do it again, or
Yeah, you'd have to tell it specifically. There's I notice there's a number of things going on. There's this guy doing stuff. Their trunks are all doing things.
The hand with the bag.
Oh, yeah.
but the realism of the elephant, the eyes, and it's just so. And I love the camera movement. It's just wonderful.
Yeah. So you can see that with these two tools, you can do a lot to create a cinematic movie.
Amazing. Simply amazing.
Yeah. So have fun with it. Let me see if there's a little bit more I've got to cover, just some tips. One, of course, keep the image and the prompt aligned when you're trying to make the video. Don't describe a totally different scene. I've actually seen people do that. Actually, in the seminar, we put up the scene, and then somebody just described what they wanted to have happen in the scene, and it had no relationship to the scene. For strong lip sync, explicitly mention who is speaking and what voice style you want. Oh, by the way, although I'm using WaveSpeed and WaveSpeed here for the video, those of you who went to the other seminars I did on CapCut will know that you can do this in CapCut, except you don't have Kling. You have Google VO 3.0, 3.1, Seedance, and Runway ML, I think, but you don't have Kling. But for $9 a month, you can try a lot of other ones. Interesting. Ruth says, lip sync is tough. We're making music videos and they are often just a hair off. Is that with Higgsfield? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I did some stuff. Let me see if I can find it. I'll show you one where I think the lip sync's pretty good. This is one that we did involving Charlie Chaplin. With his permission, of course.
Is that for our friend DP, the Charlie Chaplin man?
It was indeed. He's coming over tomorrow to do some editing on it.
First movie I ever worked on in LA was Chaplin.
Wow.
In the scene where Chaplin spoke on camera for the first time. Like a great dictator.
Oh, right.
Not that old. That was in 1920.
Do you think they'll ever let me back into the country?
No, I don't think so, Charlie. What's a country?
My husband's got this thing called Geist, Geist, music with a K and USIK. And he's got 14, it's Harry Potter for grown-ups. It's 3 albums over 10 years. It's Book of Shadows, Book of the Mirrors, Book of Shadows, Book of Light. And he's got 14 different characters. And so he is creating all of these characters, and we're using actual friends' voices in 11 Labs to voice the narrative part of the story. And he's using NightCafe and Higgsfield to create the music videos. So it's a lot of back and forth and work, but sometimes even when you say no lip sync, no lips moving, no voiceover, no nothing, even in a negative prompt situation, it will go ahead and put it in there, and you're like, oh, I just burned all these credits. It's crazy.
Wow.
They're not there yet, but they will be. Well, some of them are there. We've done an elementals thing, and he's done all the astrological signs and people. But when his character Julie Stromer is released, you guys will, with Tony's permission, we can give you a world premiere.
Yeah.
So, Robert, how did you get your voice into 11 Labs? That is the question.
Contacted them when they first came out.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because, yeah.
And uploaded 3 out. I'm a podcaster and book author, audiobooks. And I was early in, and I gave them 3 hours. And then they came back, and they wanted a lot for the more I gave, the better the model would be.
Right.
They came back to me and said I was one of the highest quality voices at that time in there.
Good for you.
And
Excellent.
they asked if I wanted to go into the marketplace where you can buy my voice and you can put restrictions on it.
Yeah.
And time limit.
What I'm trying to contact with them because I used to do a dialect training for Liverpool, various London, Yorkshire, Manchester, Geordie accents because their regional British accents absolutely suck. And so I've sent them 10 emails. They just don't bother to reply me, but whatever. So if there's anywhere it's special I should go, do let me know. So as we're talking close to, yeah, no, if you're wanting to do something for the Liverpool Football Club and you want it to sound like that, like a dead on the CD Scouser, they haven't got the option because they haven't got the accents trained. And so that's how I'm trying to find a connection to 11 Labs to go, dude, let's take you regional. Every 15 miles in England has a different accent.
Wow. That's right.
But anyway, I'll just wait until the day they call me back.
Anyway, so let's see. The last thing here. Yeah, on that 0.5 scale, start with the default, increase slowly if the motion doesn't match your description. Use the negative prompt to reduce logos, watermarks, or unwanted artifacts. Use end image to guide the animation towards a specific final composition. So you can say, this is a starting image, and you can go back to the prompt builder, create this end image, which can be completely different, and then the AI will complete all the scenes in between, animate all the scenes in between to create multi-scene shot of getting from the first one to the last one. And it does a really good job of that. You include audio cues in your prompt, of course. Yeah, and that's the address which you guys already have. So I think that's basically what I was going to cover tonight. Oh, Adam's family are Northerners too. I didn't know that. Richard asks, unrelated question, is rendering directly in Kling faster than Kling in Higgsfield? I've never checked them. WaveSpeed has the reputation of being the fastest renderer, but I haven't compared them directly side by side.
Tony, you mentioned HeyGen at PodFest. Tell us more about it, what you do with it.
Well, it's more for video avatars, where you're just basically uploading yourself and your voice and your look and you speaking, and then they create an avatar that these days is getting to be pretty indistinguishable from you.
I spoke with them a few months ago. They actually wanted me to go in a studio and shoot different angles and everything else. Is that still the case?
No, I did one that I demonstrated last week where we just took one shot, a single shot, and a couple of minutes of video with the voice, and it made a perfect, absolutely indistinguishable avatar.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you very much for all your attention.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thanks, Tony.
You bet. See you in a couple of weeks.
Great.
Thanks again.
Yeah, where I'll be teaching the in and outs of tax accounting.
And said in the office of motorcycle maintenance as well, I hope.
Of course.
We all had deductions.
Yep.
Indeed. Thanks, Sis.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.